All right, Utah Blues, or Cheap Utah Blues to use the full title. It's another song I wrote back in the early 90s when God Street Wine was just beginning to tour a fair bit. And this one was inspired by a photo we had lying around the house of a good friend of ours, our manager, a guy who managed us for a while. He had a beer in his hand. He looked all kinds of drunk and stoned and just not really his best. And the surroundings behind him in the picture was just like, grimy Formica counter and dirty walls. And it just looked like he had sort of fallen into a life of sleaze. And so I imagined, he went out to Utah and his life took a turn for the worse. And all the images and the song just came from that narrative in my mind. And as far as the music, it was also a little bit inspired by David Lynch. I was inspired by David Lynch and Twin Peaks in all his movies in a number of songs. And this one, I remember the scene in the movie Fire Walk with Me, where they're having a party at the Roadhouse, and this insistent 6/8 beat is playing. And I just loved the vibe of that in it. And so the fact that this was a 6/8 vibe in the God Street Wine version, that was kind of taken from that David Lynch music. Totally different in every other way. And when God Street played this one, it was, it had one of these very scripted instrumental sections. When I play it with acoustic guitar, it's just some chords and some words, and I hope you like it that way. Well, who's going for a drive, my man said, 'cause the beer's all gone. Just give me your keys and we can keep drinking till dawn. Feel like strangling something, gotta get out on the highway and cruise. 2 a.m. in this cardboard room stinks of cheap Utah blues. And I never did get out of Utah. I never did get out of Utah. I never did get out of Utah. The story's still the same. Well, I cut my finger on the chicken wire, coiled up in the backyard. I'm bleeding all over this green felt table. I can't pick up my down card. Pull out the clutch, pushing the throttle. My girlfriend's driving into town for some booze. No skin off me, I got a full bottle of sour, cheap Utah blues. And I never did get out of Utah. I never did get out of Utah. I never did get out of Utah. The story's still the same. And I never did get out of Utah. I never did get out of Utah. I never did get out of Utah. The story's still the same. Well, turn off that bug zapper I heard outside. The rain's gonna come tonight. Head flat out on the Formica counter, hand out looking for a light. I think the keg should be pumping good if you can find a cup to use. It's a little too bright, gotta turn off the light and sleep off those cheap Utah blues. I never did get out of Utah. I Never did get out of Utah. I never did get out of Utah. The story's still the same, and I never did get out of Utah. I never did get out of Utah. I never did get out of Utah. The story's still the same. The story's still the same. The story's still the same. And there you have it.